Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gem 314 Tarot. I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. We're doing Pisces today, sidereal Pisces. Sidereal Pisces is different from tropical astrology. Tropical astrology pins the signs at starting with March 20th as Aries, but it doesn't take into account the precession of the earth. Okay, so sidereal astrology is more true to what's going on for real in the sky, and I'm a stickler for space. I love space, I love science, and I resonate a little bit better with what is actually happening and not what is I can't explain it's just so when they pin it at the new zodiac year starting with Aries on March 20th, in the old days, in ancient times, it was measured as when the sun entered Aries, okay? And when it went into 0 degrees Aries. And at that time, when they made the calendar, it entered 0 degrees Aries in March, on March 20th. So they pinned it there, and now that's just when Aries season begins, is March 20th. However, if you look at your apps for astronomy and true sky, what's going on in the sky, all the signs are one off. So right now, even though the tropical astrology says that the sun is in Leo, it is actually one sign behind. Okay, so the sun is still in technically Cancer. Um, so what I do is I try to address both. I'm still adjusting to work both in because it's a lot. I know I do a lot of tropical readings because that's what the mainstream is most attuned to. But there is something to be said about connecting with what the energies are really, really doing. So, Pisces, right now, you have Neptune, Chiron, and North Node all in your sign. And you can check that with your astronomy apps, the real sky apps. Astrology apps will say differently. Um, they're usually preset for tropical. You can go in the settings in your astrology applications on your phone and reset them to sidereal. But I have both. I have astrology and astronomy, and right now we're going to do sidereal Pisces. Okay? So, Pisces, let's start with Chiron here. Chiron is the wounded healer. In mythology, he was a centaur, but he wasn't born of the race of centaurs. He was from Zeus, taking the form of a horse and mating with, I believe it was a cloud nymph or like a daughter of the winds or something like that. And then when she gave birth to this half man, half horse offspring. Freaked her the fuck out and she abandoned him. That was the first wounding that Chiron incurred. A wounding from someone who was supposed to be loving and trusting, and he had no control over that because being a baby, he suffered this betrayal, this wounding, this hurt, this pain, and he could not control that. He did have a second wounding where, when he was grown, he was raised by Apollo and Artemis, okay, representative of the sun and the moon. And they taught him medicine, philosophy, music, hunting, all the highly educated things at the time. And he in turn became a teacher, and he became a teacher of all the demigods, all the half breed gods that like Zeus and the other gods uh, parented from other beings. Okay, so he trained a lot of the heroes of the time: Theseus, Perseus, a lot of the demigod heroes. Okay, so one day he was having a meeting just to get together with one of his students, Hercules, right? And they opened this wonderful bottle of wine and they were sharing it. Now, the wine was a gift from Dionysus, so it was very potent and very mystical. It was high quality vino, and a group of true centaurs stumbled by. They heard the ruckus, they smelled the wine, and they wanted in on the party. So, what happens when the group of horny frat boys comes in and wants to crash a party? Well, a brawl ensued, and Heracles and Chiron started fighting with these centaurs. In the fray, Chiron got hit with one of Heracles' arrows, which had been dipped in poison. So, because it was poisoned, it would never heal. The wound he incurred would never heal. But because Chiron was a demigod, he was immortal and he could never die. So he was always destined to be in this pain. In the end, he ended up making a deal, and he exchanged himself for a different god who was suffering an eternal punishment. Okay, I'm not sure if it was. I believe it was Prometheus, but I'm not sure if it was the one where he had like the eagle eating his liver, or if it was the one with the poison dripping on him eternally. I'm not sure which punishment it was, but I do know it was Prometheus. He he made a deal where he was like, put me there, put me. I'm suffering already. Put me there, release him, and I will take over his punishment. And through his self-sacrifice, the gods released him and placed him in the heavens. Okay, so Chiron's lessons here is wherever we have a deep wounding, the only way we can release and heal is by giving ourselves in service to someone else. Okay? So, with Chiron and Pisces, this is a deep understanding of the self and others, and profound emotional and spiritual healing. Deeper, more understanding connections with others, and more attention on the spiritual needs of the self that have often been neglected. Chiron's energy is the process of healing deep wounds in the self, in this case of the spirit and its connection to the divine, by connecting to others, by healing others who suffer in the same way. This is a time to embrace and experience bottomless empathy. The healing power of release and acceptance, cooperation, comfort, protection, encouragement, restoration, and healing of other people who have been neglected. This will promote healing of those same areas of our own souls that have also suffered damage. Okay? Now we also have Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is your ruler and is settled in its home, the watery depths of the subconscious. He's observing and supervising this deep inner work. We are separating reality from delusion, fantasy from fact, empathy from indifference, and are being inspired to be creative, understanding, connected, and compassionate. You also have North Node in Pisces. North Node is where our soul is going. South Node is where it's been. So North Node in Pisces is bringing the duty and service of South Node in Virgo into the dreamy psychic world of the subconscious. This brings in an almost intuitive, innate kindness to others, charity, mercy, sacrifice, and promotion of people who have been forgotten or mistreated or reduced, quote unquote, the small folk. And that's animals included, because Virgo loves children and animals and people that they can be of service to. So you might wonder, how in the hell can that be? How in the hell can that be with the socio-political climate that it is going on now? Well, it's the revocation of with the revocation of rights and protections and safety nets to the disadvantaged, the different others, the poor, the queer, and the secular, and that has to do with Pluto. Pluto doing his deep purging in Capricorn right now. And Capricorn rules structure, law and order, rules the establishment, classes, status quo, and authority. So the process has just begun, and many who have benefited in the old system will not accept change lightly. This is battle. Slow, tedious, uncomfortable, bitter, painful change. But often the most turbulent the transformation, the more exquisite is the result. So we'll get to the tarot and see how this is playing out for Pisces in the collective. Um, Now remember, not all messages will resonate for every person, so leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You're all at different points in your timeline. Also, you all have free will. Like I say, I can read the script, but I can't tell you which character you all individually play, and I can't tell you where on the stage you stand. So let's get into the reading. I laid out the first light tarot for a basis, and we do have some indications of what I was talking about before. Um, First, we dropped the children card, and this is a reminder that we are all children of Source. This is be truthful, make room for change, do not be diverted from your lessons. So, this is a feeling of like we're in school and the divine is the teacher, and we have a lot of tough lessons that we need to learn. Now, again, we have free will, and even in school, we have the free will of being in class every day or skipping or not studying or overstudying. We did have that choice. The second card you dropped was a card called Nature, and this was saying see outside of yourself. There's a call to be flexible, to change, and have continuous movement. I heard don't get stagnant in old beliefs. This is time is short, gain perspective. The next card you dropped was the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, and this is mentorship and the establishment. Again, a lot of that Capricorn structural energy is being addressed here. Earth sign energy. This is like Taurus rules dogmatic law, structure, authority, institutions like school, education, the church and religion, things like that. The anchor card you got was the Devil, which is Capricorn energy, and we just did see what was going on in Capricorn with Pluto there. This is trapped energy. The Devil card is the Lovers in chains. Okay? And it's interesting because the other anchor card down here is the Lovers, and we'll address that when we get there. But the Lovers in chains is always a choice. The Lovers is a choice. You choose love, right? You choose love with someone else. You choose something that is pure and sacred and beautiful and wonderful, and I promise to you and you promise to me, and it's me and you against the world, and it's a soul contract that's entered into with the best of intentions and the greatest, purest love, okay? But that's the connection before life ruins it, before life puts restraint on it. And after all that happens, then we get to the Devil card, which is the Lovers in servitude, in chains, in obligation, in restriction, a loss of freedom. There's fear here. There's a trapped feeling here. So there is something that you once tethered yourself to with the best of intentions, thinking that you could work with it, but it ended up becoming a prison. To clarify, we laid out with the Easy Tarot, and you got all reversals here, and it's all very emotional. And it was really, I had to sit with this. That's why this might come out about an hour late. I really had to sit with this and write and take notes and really ponder this. Pisces, you're going through it. You're going through it deeply, and let's get into it. On the children card, where we are all children of Source, you have the Four of Swords reversed. Um, the Four of Swords is respite and care after deep emotional wounding. It's after the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is deep regret and heartbreak. There was betrayal here. Something that you had put your faith in did not pan out, and it ended up hurting. And now you're in a state of repair. But this is reversed, which means the swords are falling out and you are reaching for that one sword of truth. You're coming out of it. The lessons are being learned. You're expanding, you're waking, your eyes are being opened, and you're coming out of this deep, almost nightmarish sleep. On the top of nature, where it says see outside of yourself and calling for flexibility and acceptance of change, you have the Ace of Cups reversed. And I looked this up. I had to really sit with this a minute. This is very deep disillusionment of love. This is deep loss. It's love wasted. There's disconnect here. There's a loss of inspiration, a loss of creativity. It also could be repressed emotions or severed connections with something that you want. There, I know this can be severed connections from somebody that you loved, but I feel very deeply that this is a severed connection of something within yourself that you once loved. Something within yourself that was once characteristic of you and your emotional maturity or your stability or something very deep within you that you connected to, that connected you to the divine or to source or to your inner truth, is now upside down. This is spent effort. It could be blockage. It could be denial. It's also not being socially available or um, emotionally exhausted. And that does go along with that Four of Swords. You are exhausted here. There's a spent energy, there's emptiness here, okay? And it may not even be so deep where it's traumatizing. It's just there is a deep feeling of empty kind of unfulfillment here. On top of the Hierophant, which was the mentor and it's the old dogma that we connected to that gave our lives stability and structure, okay? It was tradition. It was always this way. And this is where we found our comfort, right? Well, on top of that, you've got the Three of Swords reversed. I do like that it's reversed at least, even though you do have a lot of reversals here. Um, but the Three of Swords reversed is the same energy as the Four of Swords reversed. That sword that pierced the heart is now falling out. So this is the beginning of slow healing, of something that was very heartbreaking. And it had to do with our structure and our traditions, okay? This also, Taurus energy is also the home and our aesthetic, how we express ourselves, how we arrange our home environment. So there could be something here, there was a loss in that area and it caused some kind of heartbreak. On top of the Devil in the anchor position, you have the Nine of Cups reversed. This is deep dissatisfaction or disappointment in emotional matters. There was something that didn't fulfill you like you thought it would, or you feel empty and not inclined to seek that gratification from others at the moment. Again, with the pulling inward and doing deep reflection. There's deep inner healing work going on here. We'll go ahead to Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces Suns, you dropped from the Animal Wisdom deck the Page of Wands reverse. This is the Seeker of Branches, Fox energy. The fox was on his way going somewhere and then got distracted by this beautiful burning branch. He's enthralled with it. He's wanting to explore it. He's considering everything about it. It's new. It's brand new. It's nothing he's seen before, but it's opened up something within him that he wants to explore. And if you look, it has taken him off of his path. He's ready to explore something new. However, this came out in reverse. So that the key to this card is to follow your heart and explore new paths. But in reverse, it means stagnancy. You're not seeing something, you're not seeing anything inspiring that is taking you in any different direction. Or if you are ignoring it at the moment. It comes here underneath lessons and the Four of Swords reversed. So you seem to still be in a state of reclusiveness, almost emotional reclusiveness, emotional limitation, but self-imposed. This was a decision. It's like I am not giving anything to anyone else right now because I've got a lot to decide on and work on for myself. There's a lot of healing going on. But on top of that, you've got the Nine of Swords upright from the vice versa deck, okay? And see this person laying in bed with put this reverse. Now you're kind of sitting up a little bit. You're coming out of that heartbreak. This is all mental energy, except for the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups here. This is you've got three cards in the sword suit, and that's mental anguish. Okay, now here you're awake because you can't sleep anymore. I feel like there's some in the collective that are like, I can't lay here anymore because the dreams are just you might be having very disturbing dreams. This is a card of fear and negativity and anxiety. But there's not a lesson, but there's something here that says which of your troubles are real and which are imagined. That's the thing with sword energy being very mental. Some of these things are things that we are putting in our own heads. Now, some can be true anxieties from what other people tell us. It could be information that came in that was heartbreaking. It could be lack of information, blockage of information, because we do have swords in reverse here, and Mercury is retrograde at the moment. So there could be something here where you're not getting this information. And since you're Pisces, you're very intuitive, you're very spiritual, you're very psychic. There could be mental blockage here, especially in the dream state where you're just not connecting. But there is also a warning here to make sure that the anxieties that you feel are real and not imagined. Don't put yourself in emotional despair that you don't need to be in. Okay, it's very difficult at the moment, but you're being encouraged to take some kind of strength for yourself and do away with some of those swords that are holding you back. Pisces moons. Underneath nature and the Ace of Cups reversed, you drop the moon. This is Cancer energy. Well, I don't. Let me check where the moon is right now, real quick. Sidereally, the moon is now in Libra. Okay, air energy. That is a lot of what we're dealing with right now. The Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords. A lot of Libra and Aquarius energy. This is very internal mental struggles here. The moon now being in Libra is trying to have you gain a little bit of balance, a little bit of fairness, a little bit of compassion to yourself. Libra is the peacekeeper and the balancer. You also have a double Libra here when justice is here. So, be fair to yourself and others. That's where the real healing will begin. Be fair to your needs, be fair to your desires, be fair to your dreams, and acknowledge them. And trade them out for what's real, okay? Don't neglect that inner world of yourself. I do feel that some have been pulled into areas of life that are very uncomfortable, and they're trying to get back to some semblance of emotional balance. That's another thing that Libra does. It's the scale of balance. Moon energy here with Cancer. This is deep dreaming. This is rabbit energy, and the rabbit can go in the day or the night and bring messages from the ego into the intuition. This card says reflection, heart space, the hidden truth. It says find your center and heal. I can't read that. It says acknowledge your fears, beware of self-deception. That's that 9 of Swords here. You have to decide what anxieties, what fears, what doubts, what's inhibiting you mentally, what is real and what is deception. The moon comes out and illuminates things that the ego, the sun, during the day hides. During the day, we function in a very different energy. We function according to what others expect of us, or what we need to do to survive, or what we need to do to get through the day. We've got tasks, we've got jobs, we've got responsibilities, and that's how we function. But during the day, in those times where we're living, we are kind of pushing down the night, the dark, the illusion, the mirrored self, the intuition, the deep feminine energy of the moon. When the moon comes out, it shows us a completely different way of looking at things that we see all day, every day. When the light shines on different things, the moon comes out and shows the shadow of ourselves. The key to rabbit energy here is wonder at the inner and the outer nature. On top of that, Pisces moons. You drop the Justice card from the vice versa deck. Libra energy, balance, fairness. This says a situation demands the truth. Be fair and not cruel, and face it with acceptance. So this comes in under nature and the Ace of Cups reversed. There's something here that you need to acknowledge was extremely disappointing. And you may not be allowing yourself to do that because other things need your attention at the moment. But you're being called to pay attention to what you're feeling very deeply. There's something here that's off balance. Pisces moons, I feel like whatever you've been through, you're deciding to keep any kind of emotional connection to yourself at the moment. The Ace of Cups here reversed means that that cup is being drained. It's empty. It's no longer available to be shared. There is a disconnect between you and the divine. When the cup is upright, it's receiving emotional security and fulfillment from the divine in order to overflow to share with others. But when it's reversed, that cup has been poured out. You've been spent. Something took too much emotional energy, and now you have to go within and gain balance again. Pisces rising. You dropped the Leopard card from the Animal Wisdom in reverse. This is the Queen of Wands. This is dignified, composed, sure and busy, purposeful, powerful, poised, know when to knowing when to pounce. Um this is like very deep self-confidence, okay? This is patience, passion, alertness, assertiveness, and encouragement. The key to this card is high vantage point grants a clear sight, but it came out in reversed. So something about your self-confidence has been upheaved. And it does come in under the Hierophant and the Three of Swords reversed. Whatever this heartbreak or betrayal or disappointment you came through has really thrown your self-confidence into a tizzy. It's thrown you upside down. You don't know what you see. You don't know your vantage point anymore. The leopard here high in the trees, she sees everything around her before she pounces on what she needs or what she wants. With this in reverse means you can't really determine what your needs are right at the moment. And if you can, you don't feel in a position of power to go forth and get them. On top of that, as a clarifier, you've got the High Priestess from the Vice Versa deck upright. The High Priestess, she is the counterpart of the Hierophant that fell right above you in the position here above you. You've got the Hierophant, which is the High Priest, the Pope, the High Priest, and you've got the High Priestess underneath. There needs to be a bringing back together, a reunion of this masculine and feminine energy. The High Priestess sits between the two pillars of light and dark, and she guards the entryway into the inner sanctum. You're you're in you're in a position of where you don't feel that you have access to that inner part of yourself right now. But the key to this card is that the truth is somewhere between the black and the white. Hierophant energy with Taurus, very traditional. It's very black and white energy. It's this way or that way. There's no in between. But the High Priestess here for you, Pisces rising, is reminding you that that's not always the case. There is truth in the in between. Often this comes out when you are being guided to read between the lines or read the fine print. The devil is in the details. And you did pull the devil card as the anchor position. There's something restricting you that you need to look closer at and determine if that is valid anymore. With the Nine of Swords here, you need to determine what is true and what is which troubles are real and which are imagined. Okay? The High Priestess here is there is truth here in the in-between, in the black and white. Doctrine versus enlightenment. So some of you in the collective may really be struggling with things that you were taught were supposed to be a certain way, and things that your soul are telling you should not be that way. That in turn is making you feel very disconnected from others and from the deeper parts of yourself. There's no way you can share yourself at the moment because you feel that you've been betrayed by something that was supposed to be structurally sound. Here in the anchor position for Sun, Moon, and Rising, you did drop the Lovers, which is the pre-Devil card. This is the choice of love before life had time to ruin it. But it came out sideways, almost reversed. It came out kind of like skewed like this, so I put it sideways. This is the honeybee. This is deep connection, spiritual connection, so deep that you don't even need words to communicate. This is recognition and union, joy and physical love. There's romance, passion, and partnership, synergy and harmony, deep bonds, fertility, and sweetness. The key to this card is that love is sacred, so share its sweetness. But it came out sideways, so you feel that you are in a position of not being able to share that right now. On top of it, however, you dropped the Ace of Cups upright, which is wonderful. because here in the beginning you dropped it reversed. There is replenishment in reconnecting with yourself and others. That is the key to the lesson we learned earlier in the reading. In order to heal those deep wounds within yourself, you need to open up and give to others who are hurting in the same way. You will be able to heal each other. That connection will then spark the reconnection of your energy, your ability to love, and opening that up through the third eye, through the heart chakra, through the crown chakra. It will bring love back into your life. Your cup is again filled here in the anchor position. This is a gift of love, blessing, happiness. Be ready to grab it when it comes. So Pisces, whatever you've been going through is very deep and very uprooting. You're very upheaved. This is deep emotional change. But they're reminding me that, like a butterfly, like a caterpillar, their body becomes their cocoon. And when they draw themselves in, they completely dissolve. They completely renew. They completely restructure themselves. And then they burst out in a completely new form, transformed, enlightened, beautiful, a new life, and completely healed. So Pisces, this was a very deep reading for you. I hope this resonates, and I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you're vibing with my content, please take a moment and leave a like, leave a comment, even share and subscribe. It helps the algorithm to get my content seen. I am trying to do this as my career. In the description, you'll find a link to my email. I am now open for personal readings. Please, let's connect. I can do a video chat, I can do an email reading, or I can do a reading like this and record it and post it to YouTube as a private link that only you can access. I am also available to do birth chart inquiries. My first discipline is actually astrology, and I picked up tarot along the way. Please let's connect and let me read for you. Also in the description, you'll find my Venmo and my Cash App links. These readings that I'm offering are $40. And if you'd like to make a donation, my links are in the description. Drop me an email and we can talk about connecting for a reading for you. I'm very, very thankful for any feedback that may come my way, especially comments. I want to improve. I want to hear if we're connecting, and I want to hear how this is playing out for each of you. We're going to continue. I laid out an ancestor oracle card, and as much as I shuffled, I only got one. But it's the Hermit card, Virgo energy. There's a lot of earth energy at play right now in your reading. I believe this is offering you advice on grounding yourself a little bit. Taurus energy is in the home. Virgo energy is in the work ethic and routine. Capricorn energy is in our responsibilities, and we can all bring that into our responsibility to ourselves and our well-being. So for the Hermit, this says retreat and recharge. How interesting, because you have here the Four of Swords reversed, that's repairing yourself emotionally, and the Three of Cups reversed, and the Nine of Swords. I'm sorry, the Three of Swords. This is about retreating and recharging. It says take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. Oh, there was another one where we had heart space. What was that? Was it the Lovers? There was something else here about the heart space. Yes, it's been neglected, Pisces. Please go back to it and do some spring cleaning in the heart space. It says you've been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become Draining, oh, well, that's the Ace of Cups reversed. Draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you're working on bringing something together, your over involvement could impede the process. So retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often, when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So, meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. And you are doing that. I see that here with the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords reversed, Justice, and the Moon, the High Priestess. You are very, very deeply considering things that you once thought were the truth. So we'll continue and get some last oracles for the Pisces collective in this very deep time of repair and reconsidering, restructuring, healing, and truth-seeking. Please give me some oracle messages for Pisces. 10-10, interesting. Hangman, possum energy. That's Pisces energy. You're here. Did you ever... That's interesting that it falls out right next to the Hermit, because the Hermit is Virgo energy, and that's your exact opposite. Both energies go within for different purposes. Hermit goes within to gain a wider perspective. The Hangman goes within to gain inner perspective. This is self-pause and reflection. You're reevaluating something for a fresh perspective. Be peaceful, calm, and meditate. 10-10, personal development. Awakening and enlightenment. Keep your thoughts. Focus on your soul mission and your life's purpose. This is all very encouraging, Pisces, but I cannot deny that what you're going through is very deep and personal. But you are going to be much changed, much improved, and much healed when you come out of it. Don't be afraid of this transformation. We have Saturn energy here. I'll look in a moment to where Saturn is at the sidereally at this time. Let me get a few more. See? Romantic engagement. After this deep healing, there is some wonderful love coming in for you. Whether this is self-love or somebody coming in, I don't know. I don't have any knights or pages or kings. This is all very internal at the moment. Look at that. You dropped the Hermit again. You've got the Hermit twice. This time this is the Moth. Look inward to the divine within, but please don't stay there. Don't get caught in there. Come out of your reverie when you're ready and come out strengthened and healed. Just a couple more. Oh my goodness, that's too many. Just a couple more for Pisces, please. Sidereal Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, with Neptune, North Node, and Chiron in their sign at the moment. Please give us some more. Thank you. I think that'll be good. Yes, that'll be good. Okay. Now we do have a mention here of the Nine of Swords, where there's fear, negativity, and anxiety. You drew the angel number 666. Don't be afraid. Fear is an illusion. Remove your fear, doubt, and negativity. Those are the true demons. That is what is the true devil. You have devil energy here. You're bound to something that you're fearful of. You need to break those chains because that fear is an illusion. Freedom is the truth. Saturn, let me check where Saturn is real quick. Saturn is in Aquarius. That's interesting. Remember I was saying about socioeconomic, political changes? Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian, of wide thinking, the rebel, the he's eclectic, he's creative, he wants to turn things on its head. Right now, Saturn is there, which means there's restriction in those areas, and we do see that playing out. We see it playing out in the restriction of our humanitarian outreach to others. Here is time and deadlines, work and tests. The tests reminds us here of the children card, that we cannot ignore the lessons we're here to learn, and we must open up to those lessons. Also, I'm being told, because Saturn rules Capricorn, Capricorn is also very hardworking and very, um, they have great perseverance. I wouldn't say they're stubborn, but they're loyal and dedicated once they put their mind to something. This is good energy. I like Capricorn energy. I am myself as Capricorn rising, and once I set my mind to something that is going to be my work, you can't derail me. And if you try, it's a fight. But we also have great humor, and we have great love for the people around us. And I must admit, we are quite sensual when we can be. So tap into that, Pisces. There's good humor here, there's dedication, sacrifice, and loyalty. But don't forget to express those things to yourself also. Because here with the honeybee lovers card and the ace of cups, which is new love coming in, you do have the card for commitment, the gold ring. There is romantic engagement on the way. But we must wake up so we can see it coming. You also have grasshopper here, which means situations in the balance require careful handling. And they're telling me that the situation in the balance right now is your emotional health. So handle yourself and others that may be going through these emotional times. Handle them carefully, empathically, and compassionately. You have the goldfish here, which is a sign of increase and growth, wealth and good luck, prosperity, abundance, transformation, and harmony. This is what's coming once we get through our hard lessons. Now, for some of us, it's going to be not as dire as sometimes we think. Pisces, you're a very deep sign, and sometimes you can get stuck in those emotions. Sometimes the water feels deeper than it actually is. So try to come to the surface a little bit. The sun is there, and it can warm you and bring you some clarity. You've got the moon card again. This is the unconscious and your instincts, your habits, your cycles and your moods, hidden influences, secrets, and motherhood. How do you mother yourself? How you mother yourself is how you mother others. So please reconnect with how you care and nurture for yourself, and you will be able to give that to others. That exchange only increases back and forth. What you give, you will get. What you get, you will give. The more and more it grows. You have a couple here that are humorous. I do have humorous cards in that theme deck. We've got hold up, pause, rest, consider, and chill out. That goes along with that hermit energy. Also, it's encouraging you to not allow yourself to become prisoner to that Nine of Swords. Remember, a lot of that mental anguish could be illusion. And Pisces, if it's one thing about your sign, it's that great intuition can become illusion and fantasy all too quickly. So make sure you determine which one is real and which one is true. You've got justice here. You've got the high priestess. The truth is somewhere in between the two. Look at it's in between black and white. You can walk both sides because that's where the clearest perspective is. The last card you got is yes, this shit is bananas. And we'll end with that. I hope you found these messages for your highest good. I hope you resonated with me. Please don't forget to leave a like. Please comment. Give me some feedback. I enjoy it. I need it. I crave it. I want to improve. Don't forget my links in the description for my Venmo and Cash App if you'd like to leave a donation. You can also leave payment there if you want to connect for a personal reading. I'm so excited to connect with you to do those. So until I see you again tomorrow, thank you, Collective, and thank you for sticking with me and receiving these messages. Bye.